La pièce de résistance of this luxury haul. Hello everybody and welcome to another video. For those of you who know me, welcome back. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Pia, your host for all things luxury. Today I want to be sharing with you all of my favorite purchases for my clients last week in Paris. The first product I'm going to be showing you is this gorgeous leather wallet by Dior. This is what it looks like. It's in that very classic Dior gray bluish tone that the house has been reusing in many of their items. If I'm not mistaken, the initial boutique was painted in this color or repainted in this color back in the day, like in the late 1940s. The House of Dior has been making declinations of this kind of like grayy, pearly shade into their accessories, their handbags, the clothing, etc. Now this one has yellow gold hardware in it. The canage type of thing that you have in here is an inspiration taken from actual canage used in either handcraft ships and chairs at home, etc. Now, what I particularly liked about this wallet when I selected it for my client was the fact that it's something that's big enough for her to be able to carry quite a bit of stuff inside. So she is going to have enough room for quite a bit of goodies, card slots. There's even a zipper compartment, which is always important if you want to either carry coins or maybe earrings or a little lipstick in there as well. But it's also something that's going to be really lovely when it comes to maybe just going out either without a phone or just with the phone in your hand. And then you can put your keys in there and carry this as a little clutch. So I thought it was the perfect addition to her collection. It's a beautiful piece that, in my opinion, will stand the test of time. The canage pattern in the type of quilting in leather like this has become a classic thanks to the Lady Dior handbag. And it's something that, once again, the house has declined into other goodies, and that particularly I find really, really timeless, very iconic, but at the same time, it's got a little bit of that quiet luxury touch to it. If you're an avid watcher of my luxury hauls and what I got for my clients, you will know that I source products both in new condition and in pre-loved or even vintage condition. So this was from the pre-loved market, although it's in pristine condition, and it's a belt by Celine that's going to have the classic new logo in there. It's not new, it's just a revival. And for a little bit of like Pia history, hashtag tips, whatever, the Celine logo is something that was actually inspired in the chain that surrounds the Arc de Triomphe. So if you ever go to the Arc of Triumph, you're going to see that there's a chain around it. Each of the links looks like one of these, and this is where Celine took its inspiration for their logo, or at least that's the story I got told by my essay at Avenue Montaigne in Paris. And the rest of it will be in a camel leather that's going to be super easy to marry, whether she wants to wear this as an actual belt or if she wants it as an accent piece. That can also look really lovely on the outside of a blazer, of a coat. It's a piece that, once again, is quite timeless. There's a logo in there, but it's not that crazy logomania screaming piece. So I think it's something that she'll be able to wear quite a bit without getting tired of the logo or anything like that. The yellow gold marries really, really lovely with the camel tones in there, and it's just going to make it one of those versatile basic pieces in her wardrobe. Now, surprise, surprise, this wouldn't be a Pia haul and a Pia fashion styling and personal shopping session if I hadn't gotten a piece from Chanel Jewellery for a client. Now, on this occasion, I sourced a pair of earrings. Let me show you what they look like. They're really, really lovely. At least I really like them. They sparkle quite a bit. This is what they'll look like. They're going to be your classic CC's covered in crystals. Just for reference, all of Chanel's fashion jewelry, or kind of like not real jewelry, will be made with the highest grades of crystals. So whenever you have direct light hitting it, which is not the case right now, but if you put a flash or you're just going outside and the sun hits on it, it's going to sparkle quite a bit. These ones are going to give a lot of sheen to her face. They're based on a dark silver metal, and they've got kind of that end at the tip of the CC logo. I think it's something that's got a little bit more of a I would dare even say masculine touch to them, a little bit more of a rock and roll vibe, not your classic streamlined silhouette, minimal silhouette from the CC logo, which is obviously very associated today with something feminine. On this occasion, it's something that's going to be, obviously they are still feminine, but I would say there's a little bit of an extra touch of elegance with laid backness that masculinity sometimes have. And that is why I think that this pair will be perfect for an everyday wear, but also for special occasions when she just wants to give herself a little bit of extra sparkle. Now, back to the pre-loved department, I sourced a pair of strappy sandals in suede leather from Prada for another client. These ones are on a size 35.5, which is actually a size that's quite hard to find on the pre-loved market. Obviously, there's not a lot of 35.5s out there or 5.5. Obviously, there are a lot because we're just 7 billion in the world, but or did we hit 8 recently? Back to the sandals, they're something I thought would add a little bit of comfort, height to my client. People that are a 5.5 tend to be a little bit on the shorter side. So I do advise a tiny bit of a heel when they want to achieve that svelte silhouette. And this is what she was going for. So we've got that strappy sandal in there, which is going to look so sexy. I mean, can we just say shoe is sexy? Because that's what I think when I look at this ones. And luckily, the previous owner of the sandals had completely redone the bottoms, so they look just like new. It was a great score for my client. I got them at a fraction of the original price for her, and they barely look like they've been worn. So this is a great staple. There's a little bit of hardware in yellow gold, but it's just so minimal that if she uses other yellow gold hardware pieces with her outfits, it's just going to marry really lovely with it. However, if she decides to go for silver pieces or diamonds or stuff like that on the rest of her outfit, I still think it's something that's going to be pulled off in a very lovely way. Now, my particular favorite way of advising how to style a piece like this is with a wide or even straight leg pant that will hit kind of at this height where you see a little bit of the heel coming out and you see a little bit of the drama of the strappiness coming out. Obviously with a dress, like a midi dress, that would look exquisite as well. A slit on the dress with a dramatic sandal like this can look super, super cute. Another goodie I sourced for another client that I wish I could try it and share it with you, but I cannot because it's not my size. It's actually quite small for me. This will be a jacquard bob hat. I thought this was a lovely piece for all year round. The fabric itself is a little bit on the heavier side, which makes it really easy to wear during the colder months. But then the color, it's very lively and just kind of like warm at the same time with that beigey undertone. So that's going to be super easy to be worn during the warmer months as well. Still on the Dior department, I raided Dior for last week. I got this raincoat for another client, and what I particularly loved about it, despite the fact that it has a very large kangaroo pocket on the front, which just flaps down like that, is the fact that it had this in it, which is an elasticized inner sleeve. Now, for a client that practices cycling, something like this is ideal because if she wants to go out cycling in the rain, it's going to be super, super nice. She's not going to have water coming inside of the sleeves. So even if the sleeves look quite big for a raincoat, it is something that she can adjust on the sleeve area. She can also adjust it down here. So it's going to have strings to pull from it so she can adjust it to her leggings or cycling shorts. So whatever it is that she's going to be wearing during her sports. And in here, she also has strings to pull from and adjust the item as well. And then if it does get a little bit warmer or anything like that, you can just pull down the zipper, put the hoodie on or off. So the little strings in it go all around the hoodie, which once again makes it perfect for protecting herself while practicing her sports. So this is a lovely piece. There's a little bit of a variety of colors in it. So that's going to make it really easy for her to marry with other shades, but also for somebody that's a little bit on the sporty side. If she's practicing sports outdoors, it's always nice to have something a little bit colorful so that, you know, if there's any cars coming or anything like that, she can stay safe. So absolutely love this product for her. I think it's beautiful as an accent piece for a look, why not, but also useful for somebody that loves to practice sports. From Dior as well, I got this trainers for another client. This ones are absolutely gorgeous. They have a reflective material in it, so everything that you see in here with that kind of whitish tone is going to be refractive, reflective. So once again, if you're out and about doing some sports, etc., or you want to go to the club rocking a really good pair of shoes, these ones are absolutely fantastic for that. They're going to give a little bit of a beam of light. So once again, since I know it's a sporty client, if she ever decides to practice sports with these ones, she is going to be being street safe and street smart with them. There's a little Dior embroidery on the laces. The laces she could also switch to maybe like a white pair if she wants to switch them up, or even a baby blue tone, since the reflective material in it kind of gives a little bit of a baby blue tone vibe. And then the CD in here is also going to be reflective, which makes the shoe really cool and nice. I love the design in them. And then there's that kind of like chunky heel in here that marries with the chunkiness on the front, pulls together to grab around the ankle and still shows the ankle on both sides, which in my opinion, when it comes to athleisure wear, oh my goodness, there's the biggest hornet trying to come in here. Luckily the window was closed. Where was I? Oh yeah, the sexiness of the shoe. I do think it's still very sensual when we show the ankles when it comes to sportswear shoes. So something like this paired with leggings or cycling shorts, a large, maybe like the greatcoat I showed earlier would look super cute together. And then you show a little bit of skin down there, and that's just it. Now for this client, I sourced 1, 2, 3, 4 MS shirts. These are pre-loved. They're not really vintage, they're just pre-loved. They're in very, very nice condition. I'm going to show you one of them up close so you see the quality and one of my favorite details, which is the little buttons that they do. This client wanted to offer herself something from the luxury sphere at a more affordable price in an extra large, which is sometimes not the easiest sizing to come with. Obviously, like the more that we'll find is like mediums and stuff like that. But for clients that are looking for extra smalls and extra larges, I've got you covered. I did source 4 for her, which look very patriotic in the bleu, blanc, rouge style. We've got a little beige in there because there's always the need for some neutrals. Let me show you the detailing on that sleeve that I was referring to. On this one, we can see that detailing I was just telling you about. I think the buttons are just exquisite. And they add that touch kind of like as if you were wearing cufflinks, which is always such a nice little detail to have on a shirt. It kind of like dresses up your shirt a little bit more. So all of the buttons at the front are in mother of pearl, but then in here there's those details, and I think that's what luxury is about. It's just everything's in the details. It's also going to save you time because you don't need to do your own cufflinks, so that's beautiful as well. So this one and this one are in cotton, and then the other 2 are in linen. This one's got the embroidery in there on a ton sur ton style, where they've done the navy blue embroidery over the navy blue shirt. Then for this one, there's going to be that taupey shade, which kind of like blends into some whites. And once again, mother of pearl buttons with the kind of cufflink style of buttons for the cuffs. In regards to these 2, they're both in 100% linen with a round neckline, which will be beautiful to style either completely closed or in an open way with maybe something underneath. Under the white one, I would advise striped shirt or something in a camel or even like a taupe shade. Obviously a navy blue would work beautifully under it as well. Khaki green would also be a very nice choice. But if you want to go for more shocking colors, a little bit of a Barbie pink will do wonders under a white linen shirt. And then the red one's a no-brainer. It will just add quite a bit of light to her face, and it's a beautiful find as well. I'm almost done. I've got 2 more items to share with you, and this haul will be over. Now, this one right here is something I sourced from the menswear department for a lady, and I think it's a piece that's absolutely unisex. Yours really strong when it comes to those kind of like unisex pieces where I could see just as much myself wearing something like this as much as I could see my husband wearing it as well. It's going to have that kind of like vintage 90s vibe of embroidery applique in here. It's not really an embroidery piece, but it's sort of like those that you would buy at the supermarket and then your mom would iron to your clothes. I don't know, depending on what year you were born, but it's something I could see my mom doing when I was growing up. And then it's going to have a completely leather base on the front. The back part is all padded and it's got the CD initials on the padding on the back. It's going to come with silver or like a dark silver metallic hardware in it. And it's also got some dark silver in here for the hardware. It's a beautiful, very spacey product. Let me show you what it looks like in terms of proportion. The handles are adjustable. So if you wanted to wear this at a higher point or a lower point, she would be able to. But I think the craftsmanship of this piece is really beautiful. It's got a white contrasting stitching that just gives it a little bit of an extra edge. And it's something that's going to marry really, really well with those reflective shoes I was showing you earlier, since it's for the same lady. And now for la pièce de résistance of this luxury haul is this ensemble I got from Chanel. This is a vintage Chanel piece. It is actually from collection 25 and it's going to be a navy set of a jacket. For this piece, we've got the classic yellow gold buttons with the Chanel logo in there. There's a kind of like grosgrain style of ribbon for the piping, which will marry lovely if she has any of the classic slingbacks with the type of like ribbon material, grosgrain material at the tippy toe, if you know what I'm talking about. If not, I'll insert a picture here. And then you're going to find that grosgrain in there. It's got the classic 4-pocket style, which Chanel is so known for. A little bit of a round neckline, absolutely exquisite, medium to large size buttons in the yellow gold with some detailing in them as well. Now, the set I got her is composed of 2 pieces and the jacket will marry itself with this same matching shade of navy with the black grosgrain ribbon at the bottom skirt. That is what it looks like. Now the skirt is completely plain. It's just got an access with that type of hidden zipper at the back and it's just a stunning piece to either wear alone. I think something like this with a white t-shirt, short sleeve, a very nice crisp white will look lovely. Obviously, if she wants to dress it up with a nice blouse to go to work with the jacket as well, that's a beautiful option as well. And there's just a myriad of ways in which she can marry these pieces and match them to bring them up or down depending on the rest of the styling of the look. Here you can see the button a little bit better and the type of navy boucle that the jacket's got. That is it for this haul. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to let me know which was your favorite piece on the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to binge on a couple more, I will leave you 2 more linked in here. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!